Hello, everyone. My name is Kayode Ezike, and I'm thrilled to be here with Danny in this first of its kind event here in the nation's capital, my first time, personally. And we're excited to be here to discuss a very important topic, and that is the role of AI in skill representation and opportunity creation for students and job seekers.
Hi, everybody. I'm Danny Doan. Very happy to be here. We just want to say thank you to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, everybody who put this together. We're not going to waste too much of your time. We've put together actually a 14.5-minute video for you guys, so we're going to let it do the talking. And then at the end of it, we will be around for questions and have a table over there at the end. So without much further ado, I'm just going to, by the way, there's us. Special thanks to the University of Phoenix, who helped us with our use case and testing, and you'll see some of that here in a second.
Gobekli is founded on the idea that everyone should have an easy way to collect and control their entire work and education record in an app that helps them understand, represent, and build themselves, as well as partner with organizations throughout their entire lives. We think what's needed isn't just a credential wallet, but something we call a universal talent passport, a class of app that we believe will catalyze global LER adoption by putting the experience you, the individual, has above everything else.
I have some neat new skills and some classes I took, and I'm not 100% sure how I want to incorporate that into, things like resumes and where do I talk about it and where don't I?
Myself, for example, I've picked up who knows how many different skills for the last 20 years being in the military. I just finding a way to incorporate that into my resume.
But I'm also looking forward to the future where you can put in your resume and then throw your badges up there with it to provide further evidence.
When we were approached about joining the Experience You project, we saw it as an opportunity to test the app with aligned partners interested in pushing the LER ecosystem forward for everyone. We'd like to thank the University of Phoenix for their support and their collaboration on this project. Their technical, logistical, and human support on this have been essential to making it happen. We'd also like to thank Councilor Kendra Laura from the City of Boston and BJ Usagwu, Director of Civic Engagement, for their help collecting additional feedback from non-credential users through the Boston libraries.
University of Phoenix provides opportunities for working adults to access affordable, career-relevant education as they pursue their careers.
We're constantly looking at trends and new ideas to understand how best to serve our students and graduates in the years ahead. One idea that seems to be convergent is that in the near future, students can carry all of their own records in a comprehensive digital format in a decentralized way. So when Gobekli approached us with their design for a passport that used LER technology as a super wallet, the idea matched a lot of what our team had been hoping to see.
The focus group gave us an opportunity to talk with real people from diverse backgrounds and get their feedback on the concept of the LER ecosystem and wallets and passports in general before we even showed them our design.
We view the emerging LER ecosystem like a global highway for the growth and mobility of talent. In this sense, the Talent Passport is a vehicle for individuals to navigate toward their own ideal futures. In the focus group, we first presented the ecosystem and its goals, as well as the concept of passports and wallets and their intended purpose. These are some of their ideas and feedback.
If you guys have the magic bullet that will put an end to the upload your resume and then retype your resume into all of these discrete little boxes, I'll sign my 401k over to y'all. If you've got all this information about my skill set, I want to know if I'm a good fit for this job.
How about something to where it crosstalks between different apps, like crosstalks between LinkedIn or maybe even the school's website where you've got skills already listed. If it populates here, let it populate there.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things I would find valuable in this type of technology, I have probably no less than 45 versions of my resume, right? Because you adapt it based on what you're applying for and the skills needed for that job. And so there's not a way just to check boxes and say, these are the skills I'd like to include, or these are the skills that like omit, like these skills don't matter, just you can leave these ones off for this specific job. And in doing so, I fear that I lose things. Like I lose data points from 15 or 20 years ago because I removed it from a resume and maybe didn't save that copy. Right. And just don't think to re-add that from a job I had, when I was 24. So I think that having a way to have that data ever present and then select what to put forward without losing the integrity of what you're doing would be helpful.
Based on these and many other related needs, we designed an easy and scalable experience to allow anyone to build a complete talent profile that's beneficial for themselves as well as their organizations. Our theory going into this was that this requires 3 basic components. First, passport pages to store all evidence and manage filtered profiles and data sharing permissions with organizations. Second, a personal talent tree to easily organize and visualize all aspects of your talent data. And last but not least, a conversational companion to help you collect and expand your data to better understand, represent, and grow yourself. We saw Experience You as a chance for us to build, test, and receive feedback on our theory on a national stage with some great partners.
We see the talent passports as a way to help students collect, contextualize, and fully leverage the comprehensive learner record and the badges we spent the past 24 months skills mapping and issuing.
We saw Gobekli's project for Experience U as an opportunity to push ourselves to the next level of innovative student services, as well as a chance to support entrepreneurship and advancement in the LER ecosystem as a whole.
We've recently completed implementing badges, as well as our own version of the One EdTech CLR, so it was exciting to meet a team building a passport that can actually adopt and use this data, so we can extend its usefulness to our students.
We spent the past 2 months working with the Gobekli to learn and test the VC API and CHAPI protocols to allow a subset of users to be able to collect the badges and CLR we are already issuing for them.
For University of Phoenix students, the experience begins with downloading their skill data in the form of Open Badges 3 from their student dashboard to the passport, thereby satisfying Experience U criteria 1 and 7 at the same time. Incidentally, University of Phoenix's pre-existing work creating and packaging skill data also satisfies criterion 2. Our app is guided by a conversational companion that helps you to accomplish your goals in 2 to 5 minute dialogues. For our project, we set up 4 of these conversations to guide you through the purpose and scope of this demo and provide you with our core talent services. In the future, we will add a queue of AI-controlled conversations based on your needs and goals. Over the past year and a half, we've been collaborating with Blindspot AI out of Prague to develop the next generation of skill tagging that we call STAMP, which normalizes talent data against crosswalked ontologies.
The conversation experience prompts the user to upload a PDF of their resume. We worked with Coyote to help build a method using OpenAI to interface with ONET and return a filtered set of talent categories expected to be associated with a given role or experience described. In this prototype, we are returning knowledge, skills, and activities categories for the skill tree, and only for resumes or exported LinkedIn profiles.
However, using the same method and algorithm, we can use the conversational AI to collect and gather enough context for us to understand experience and extract talent from any kind of artifact, story, or credential the user provides. We believe that what we have demonstrated with measuring skills from a resume satisfies criteria 8, skills data enhancement.
Talent data deduced by AI from ONET terms is returned to the user where they are asked to scale, measure, and normalize the knowledge and skills and activities based on their personal experiences. This method of quantifying the skills from the past experiences is explained by the conversational agent in the app as the user is invited to help in that process with the Abacus tool, satisfying requirement 4. Also, the fact that we've chosen to have a conversational-based design in the first place was out of research on how best to create the most human-centered design possible with the simplest, most accessible, scalable, and adaptable interface to allow for different people's goals and needs. This also is explained to the user in the begin conversation, satisfying requirement 3.
The output data is presented in neat visualizations that reside in your personal talent tree. Additionally, we provide a utility to convert this talent data into Open Badges 3 credential on demand, satisfying criterion 2, which calls on us to convert unstructured talent data into an admissible JSON LD format. Between ourselves and University of Phoenix, we are pleased to report that we have fulfilled all of the technical requirements of the Experience U project.
In addition to accomplishing the technical requirements of the Experience U project, with both credentialed and non-credentialed users, our goal was to measure the user feedback of the 3 key pillars of our design. After seeing the design of our AI companion, we're calling Pythia, the conversation queue, and how dialogue can help them accomplish micro-journey goals of various types, focus group members rated their comfort using AI in this context a minimum 7 out of 10. Everyone in the focus group said they would use the app at least on a monthly basis, with over 55% saying that they actually would use it for weekly things like discovering education opportunities, personal growth, skill enhancement, career development, work-life integration, mentoring and coaching, etc. We also found that the perceived value and usefulness of the talent data visualizations organized into a personal talent tree was very promising. The vast majority of people ranked talent data visualizations a 10 out of 10 of usefulness for self-understanding and representation. The same was true for clarity of the organizing the talent into a tree-shaped mosaic of interconnected talent data categories. When they asked what they would use this data for, they said that it would be for career exploration, decision-making, personal branding, performance, goal tracking, networking, self-motivation and confidence, goal alignment, career progression, and more. Finally, the third and final essential piece of buy-in we were looking to measure was how people felt of the passport pages for organizations. While it isn't included in the prototype, we showed our planned passport pages for cataloging evidence through stories, artifacts, and credentials, and how they'd make and manage their variable visa profiles. This contextualized the third elements, the passport pages for organizations that mediate the two-way exchange of talent data. The response from participants indicated over 90% comfort with sharing their data with chosen organizations in exchange for job search assistance, resume building, professional development, career coaching, internal growth opportunities, alumni programs, and more, so long as they had control over which services their data was being used for. Experience U provided us with a clear use case to focus on with aligned partners, a deadline, and a directive that we needed to put our research and designs and new technologies we've been working on over the past 3 years into the user-facing prototype that we could finally test. This prototype has already given us the validation we needed to commit to a full beta build by December to open up for 6 alpha client partners who want to pilot passport pages with their people and have a say in how this technology and service evolves for everyone. We've already spoken with key HRIS, SIS, and LMS providers who have confirmed they're ready and willing to build integrations to leverage passport page data should their school and employer clients wish to do so. Those schools and employers we've spoken with have told us they would be interested in doing pilots to explore what passport pages can do for them to improve hiring, management, and growth of their people if such a passport existed. From our research, we were convinced that if people were an optional source of data for their organizations that was more comprehensive and more reliable than anything that they could collect or verify on their own, they would invest in systems that could integrate with and leverage that data in mass. The emerging LER ecosystem has created the framework to make that possible. We are building the vehicle and the experience you, the individual, needs first, creating the data organizations need to become better partners with everyone. Reach out to us if your organization is interested in becoming an alpha client partner and piloting the passport page in our beta launch this winter. We are a Delaware C corporation and currently entertaining funding opportunities to accelerate our timelines. So if you're interested, please reach out to us. Finally, we would love to join or help build any coalition promoting the needs and rights of users' experiences on the LER ecosystem. If you're interested in discussing ways to collaborate or partner in research, innovation, ethics, or standards for the experiences of users in our emerging ecosystem, we would love to connect. Thank you very much to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation, the Education Design Lab, and the Gates Foundation for putting this together. We are extremely grateful for the opportunity to share with you all what we've been thinking about and working on for the past few years, and to be able to share with you all where we think it can go. Please stop by our table. We would love to chat.
Thank you, everyone. This last slide is just the validation for the JSON LD files, just per requirements. And yeah, if you want to talk with us, we'll be at the table in the back, and you can reach us between sessions, but we're 30 seconds over, so we appreciate your time. Thank you.